She might even be open to a bachelor number three, like Vanessa says. Danny was trying to tell Nicole, don't become Vanessa 2.0. And I would have to agree. I hope Nicole doesn't become Vanessa 2.0 because then she'll just be a failed character like Vanessa is. Hello, hello, fellow Beyond the Gates fans. Here to talk about today's February 18th, Wednesday episode of the show. Almost said Tuesday because there wasn't a Monday episode. There was highs and lows today, although more highs than lows for me, I will say. I think we will begin with the Bill Hayley stuff, probably. Hayley was back at work today, even though Bill did not want her to be. Hayley was bringing up the fact that Danny punched her in the face before their wedding last year, almost exactly a year ago. We're getting close to the 1 year anniversary of the show. So she was saying it's not her first rodeo. She could be at work. She doesn't want to be scared in the hotel room all day. But Bill still wants to track the thug mugger down, and that was his plan today. And his plan to do so was to call Joey, like we talked about in the preview on Sunday. I figured Bill was going to be calling Joey to try and find this mugger. He's telling Joey that if Joey saves Bill and Hayley from this trouble and finds the person who mugged Hayley and hit Hayley, then he will be in Joey's debt. And you know that Joey likes people in his debt. There's been a lot of people lately seeming to be in Joey's debt. We're still going to have to find out what Joey wants from Martin one of these days. But yeah, Bill's frustrated that the police have no leads and that Joey is the type of person that can figure out where a mugger would make a engagement ring disappear. Joey calls in Randy to be the one to talk to this about, saying that Hayley was attacked, and is pretty sure Randy probably already knows that because Randy and Miss Hamilton are oh so close. Joey was pressing Randy today again about being close to Hayley, but Joey also said that he doesn't need to know what's going on with Randy and Hayley, but that he needs Randy to find the person that did this to Hayley and bring that person to Joey. So we're going to have to see how Randy and Hayley wiggle out of this one. I assume Randy's going to want to throw Lynette under the bus with this, but then that kind of also ruins Hayley's whole plot with Lynette to Bill, so they are in a pickle. And of course Joey's involved because this show loves to involve Joey in everything, but I didn't mind it today. I like that Randy is of course more involved with this story, and I do want to see how Randy, Hayley, and Lynette put their heads together as these scammers and try to get out of this. Now, Joey is not the only one on Hayley's ass today. Tomas came out of his office today to bore me and kind of press Hayley about that day when she brought the papers to Lynette. Tomas was saying that it's cool if Hayley is friendly with Lynette, but she needs to communicate with him next time when she's going to do something like that. Hayley was kind of automatically offended by this and really tore Tomas a new one today, I would say. I think this was Hayley saying that Tomas was trying to put her in her place as a paralegal while she told Tomas to look at her last name Hamilton and basically threaten his junior partnership, saying he might have kissed all that ass to become junior partner for nothing if he's not going to please the boss's wife. And Bill ended up interrupting them and was upset with Tomas for upsetting Hayley. Bill had Caroline take Hayley back to the hotel room, I guess they're staying. And I don't know if they got rid of Bill's house set because they are up in that hotel a lot lately. When Caroline brought Hayley back home to the hotel, Hayley told Caroline that she put Tomas in his place and apologized to Caroline, saying she was just trying to save Tomas and Caroline time by bringing the papers to Lynette. She told Caroline that she wouldn't say that her and Lynette are friends. They are just kind of gal pals or something. I don't remember the term they exactly used. But Hayley also made it clear to Caroline in these scenes that she wants to be close to Caroline again. And I think it's good for Hayley to have more friends. In fact, I am very much enjoying Hayley these days. She has moved so much up in my character list of favorite characters. They've done a good job with her. I've seen some people saying they should kill Hayley off. I have to disagree completely. They have done a good job of making Hayley a very viable character. There is plenty of dead weight they could kill off first before they kill off Hayley, who actually interests me these days. As for Tomas, speaking of characters they could kill off, that would be victim number one for me. I can't get excited about Tomas being more involved with the story. Sorry, it's just the emotionlessness to me just does not appeal to me. I mean, I guess I'm glad they're trying to give the character more to do and actually do something. But frankly, I was glad that both Hayley and Bill basically tore Tomas up today, because Bill also laid into Tomas for upsetting Hayley, saying he didn't need Hayley upset at work, just like she already was at home. Tomas was saying he didn't ask Hayley to bring the papers to Lynette and didn't realize how close Hayley and Lynette have gotten. Bill was saying that Tomas should have known not to be cross-examining Hayley about the day she was mugged, and said that he handpicked Tomas to be his junior partner to make his life easier, and keeping Hayley happy is a way to do that. Now, we did have a mysterious phone call at the end from Tomas. I have no idea who Tomas could be calling, saying that they need to meet soon after he just got chewed out by Bill. So that can be interesting depending on who it is. I don't even want to speculate because honestly, I don't know. But I hope it's something interesting, because it was interesting to see Tomas end the episode with a mysterious phone call. Moving on to other characters today, Danny was with her sister, Nicole. Nicole had a new Febreze scent. Nicole is going to sell that Febreze for the show and for Procter & Gamble, who partly owns the show. Danny wanted to talk to Nicole about Shanice and Ted dating and how she ran into Shanice the other day. I think Danny was trying to see if she needs to hate Shanice for her sister. Danny can be quite ride or die, and I think this is her way of doing that. That even though she gets along with Shanice, if Nicole's upset with the fact that Shanice and Ted are dating, Danny will be a bitch to Shanice, I guess. But Nicole said that doesn't need to happen. Nicole is happy that at least Ted is not with Leslie. And Danny also told Nicole about how she and Shanice double teamed Leslie the other day. Nicole was saying that she doesn't see Ted a part of her future. So Danny was trying to gauge where Nicole is with her two men, with Carlton and Kyle. Nicole was not giving Danny answers, even though she was trying to see which one Nicole would kick out of bed first. Nicole was saying she's open. She might even be open to a Bachelor number 3, like Vanessa says. Danny was trying to tell Nicole, don't become Vanessa 2.0. And I would have to agree. I hope Nicole doesn't become Vanessa 2.0, because then she'll just be a failed character like Vanessa is. Danny is telling Nicole that she needs to protect her heart, and we'll see if Nicole listens to that. Carlton came by, and we'll get a little more into Carlton, but Carlton came by at the end of the episode into Nicole's office, right after she was spraying Febreze, of course. Nicole was trying to invite Carlton out on a date to a theater to see a play, but he said he already saw it, and that Nicole should go see it herself, basically. Carlton, I think, was trying to turn Nicole down lightly. I think Carlton is just not with this whole Nicole's gonna date him and Kyle at the same time thing. And I mean, I can't blame him for that. If he wants more from Nicole, she can't give it. She wants to date around. Good for Carlton for sticking up for himself. Now, we saw him leave the office and not seem exactly happy with that decision that he had to do, but I feel like he also, I guess, could be playing games with Nicole here to try and make Nicole chase him, perhaps. I will say this, though, and people might disagree, but ever since they gave Carlton a personality last week, even if that personality is negative and he might have some anger issues, I am actually far more interested in the Carlton and Nicole stuff right now. And I'm not saying I'm rooting for them to be together necessarily, but I think it helps it become a more viable triangle with Carlton and Kyle. Even though I would still be Team Kyle right now, I think they've done a good job making Carlton mean more as a character by, giving him a personality. They struggle to do that with some of these characters like Tomas and Ashley. Let's quickly talk about Shanice and Ted before we get to Ashley. Shanice and Ted were talking about their Valentine's Day date being pretty great. Ted liked how Shanice sent Leslie packing. And Ted wanted to spend more time with Shanice today, so he tried to call Carlton, wanting Carlton to cover some stuff he had to do. But Carlton was busy, so Ted was not able to spend more time with Shanice right now. Now, Shanice was going to leave too, but good old nosy Shanice saw Derek come in with some new girl, and that made Shanice order another coffee to stay and watch that happen. I will always be here for Shanice being the nosy busybody that she is. I will not be here for them continuing to set the Derek character up for failure. Because in this conversation with this girl whose name I don't even remember nor care to remember, we learned that Derek and Cheryl, the Latina girl from months ago now, have decided to stay friends. And so now they have Derek in a scene with basic bitch Betty, I guess I'll call the woman because I don't remember her name. And that already failed with Derek and Ashley. They wrote Ashley as so basic. How are we ever supposed to root for Derek and Ashley? Although the show never wanted us to root for Derek and Ashley. The show has consistently not wanted us to like Derek, not wanted us to root for Derek because they tested him with Shanice. They had chemistry. They tested Derek with Cheryl. They had chemistry. They've ruined both those possibilities. Although I do like the Derek and Shanice friendship. Them bringing on some random new girl for Derek, I just don't understand it. I genuinely feel like the show sets Derek up for failure. They want to keep Derek in Ashley's world to try and make the Ashley character happen. And I don't think it's going to work. Ashley was on today with Grayson at the hospital. Ashley was trying to help Grayson with his mother's illness. Probably getting a little too involved already. He was getting frustrated with Ashley because I guess he can't afford the care that his mom needs because he's buried in student loans. And he was, I guess, kind of being a dick to her today. By the end of the episode, he was apologizing, telling Ashley that they don't know too much about each other. And today she learned that he can be a jerk sometimes, so he apologized. Ashley was apologizing too because they were just doing some fooling around. And here she is already trying to help him with his mom and all of that, and says she was doing things too fast. And I struggled to care like I tend to struggle with Ashley's storylines. We'll see if Grayson is the impaler, and maybe that will make things a little more exciting or a little more intriguing. But I can't say that Grayson and Ashley did anything for me today, especially compared to the rest of the episode. I mean, as boring as Tomas is, at least he had some intriguing phone call at the end of the episode. We'll see where that leads. But, overall, I did enjoy today's episode. It wasn't like some big storyline moving episode, especially with how slow the Hayley and Bill storyline seems to move. But those two characters still entertain me, and we'll see if Joey can figure out the Randy, Lynette, Hayley situation. We'll see what Tomas uncovers and who his mysterious phone call was to. So I'm intrigued at least with how this episode went. And that's a good thing.